So I want to start with saying I concur with Gail. I think we need to see how can we maximize our tax dollars towards our students, their classrooms, and enabling them to be successful. I want to talk about the busing. No, can you hear me better? Closer. So I want to talk about busing, the courtesy busing that we have right now. So while I recognize the whole, revenue and expenditure, I just want to point out courtesy busing, if you take that away and you put that either in subscription busing, we are essentially putting a bigger burden on our parents who need those bus services. And also we will have more cars on the road if we take away those buses. I think I heard 200 kids and 4 buses. We take away 4 buses. We already have a traffic nightmare in the mornings. We are inviting a bigger one if we take away the busing. So just want to keep that in mind. The board approved the custodian of records designee position, I think in the last meeting. Was that just for this year, Julie, or are you assuming that position continues in the next budget, what you have here?
That appointment
Yeah,
was for the remainder of this school year.
right.
We will revisit it.
So it's not in the budget.
Oh, no, it
as we-
is. Yes, there are funds set aside for it.
So you've set aside at the same number that we had.
$12,000 for a full year.
$12,000 for a
Yes.
full year. So we have that plus the increased legal bills budget that you have at the 170,000.
170,000. Yes,
Right?
that's the
Okay.
budget.
So we have both those things in the numbers. Got it. The health benefits, can you clarify if we have a state plan right now, or is it private? Is it a mix?
We are in a private plan.
We are in a private plan. Okay.
Yes.
So when I looked at the audit number, it was about six odd million, I think 6.3 million for the 2021, 22. I think it was that year. When I look at the number that you have here, I think it's about a 43% increase over that.
Because
So-
that line isn't just health benefits.
Which one?
I don't know what line.
I'll
you're
tell you the
referencing
line.
In the audit, so it's going to be hard for me to compare. But the total benefits line doesn't include just health benefits. There's dental, employee sick day payouts, tuition, workers' compensation costs are in there. There are a lot of things that go onto that total line.
So what I'm looking at is line 71180 that just says health benefits.
Okay.
And where you have a 6.2 million number for the 2020 audited number, 2021, 2022. I see that the proposed number is about 43% higher than that. So I'm just curious what that includes, because I thought I saw a 15% increase and that number is not tracking for me.
Okay, so last year there was a 10% increase.
Mhm.
And this year we're looking at a 13.5% increase. And I don't know, I can't speak to what ended up in the audited figure. If ultimately it was less than was budgeted, if things were moved, I would need to maybe speak with the auditor about that number.
Yeah, I'd request if you can take a look at that, because that number just seems out of whack. And then the last thing that I have is, I thought 2 meetings ago, we talked about, we had engaged a firm to do our assessment. I think you might remember the technology assessment that has the hardware, the software, network switches and whatnot. Are you assuming that they are going to, like, is there some of that assessment goodness baked into the numbers that we are looking at here? Or once they come out with an assessment, we will see a change to our budget? I don't know the timing though.
That's a great question. It depends upon the timing of the audit. And so they're just in reviewing all of our documents. There are site visits that are going to happen. So we have to see how long that will take, as we're just starting that first piece of the process now that they've already come in, done the reviews, coming in to review. I don't know if we'd be able to put it into this budget because we don't know if we will have the report back in time for the next school year.
So even if we don't have the report back in time for the budget, when it comes to the actuals and actually making the improvements, we can still go ahead and do that, right? It just won't show up in the budget. It'll show up in the actuals for next year.
In the actuals, it
Effectively.
depends upon if it's the same.
Assuming,
program.
I'm being optimistic here
Yep.
and saying, we'll find
Agreed.
something. Okay.
Agree. We would think that it would be there then moving
Okay,
forward
so
if there's
that's
cost reductions.
None of those projected reductions are in what we are looking
That
at.
is correct.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Dr. Gray, my understanding, we're using some ESSA funds for that as well.